So, my husband. So, update.
About a month ago, this woman, Megan, came to TikTok sharing.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a woman stole another woman's husband, how she got this man to walk away from a 14-year marriage. We'll hear the statements from the wife, the husband, and the mistress. It's a great story, and I hope you watch it all the way through. Help us reach 170,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Give the video a like and share your take in the comments. We always highlight the best one. And huge thanks to the fans who watch our videos every day. Let's get started.
So, my husband of 14 years just told me he wants a divorce. That he loves me as a person. He thinks I'm great, but he is not in love with me anymore. He doesn't see me in a romantic way anymore, and I'm just so caught off guard. Like, I'm always so open with him about my feelings, about what's going on, and there was nothing. I could tell something was wrong. And he's in Boston right now for work, and I messaged him, like, what's wrong? Like, we're going on vacation tomorrow, or today we're going, and I was like, what's wrong? I was like, I feel like you've been off. Do you want a divorce or something? And he said, I don't want to have this conversation. And I said, well, do I need to cancel our trip? And he said, I think that's best. And then I called him, and he's not in love with me anymore. I asked if there was anything I could do to change, like, because I don't want this. And he said, no, it's not salvageable. I don't know what to do. I don't know how. After 14 years, you just throw it all away. And he was just so cold. So cold. He sounded like a robot. Just no feelings at all. And even if he wanted to salvage it, how do I go from I'm not in love with you anymore or see you like that to loving him, like to trusting him and to not think about that every day? But also, how do you trust somebody after this? How do you say that it's not going to happen again?
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
This is a 14-year marriage, so from what I understand, they've been together since they were young. They don't have kids, and they're financially comfortable. The guy asked for a divorce. We'll get into the reasons why later. But speaking from the outside, in my opinion, this is a relationship that hit a wall. They don't have children, they're clearly in their 30s or older, and it's obvious the relationship became monotonous. I think this man wants to start a family. I said it in a previous video, in a similar case. A woman should prioritize having kids. Men, after a certain point, want to be fathers. Not all of them. There are exceptions, but many guys say they don't want kids and still end up feeling happy when it happens. When a relationship doesn't evolve, it gets boring. Because there's nothing else to do. They've already traveled. They've already had fun. There's nothing new anymore.
So update. Look at his phone records, of course. Some girl he's been talking to for 2 hours at a time. Talked to her for 3 hours yesterday after he told me he wanted a divorce. So it's like, I hope you're happy with him. And I hope he doesn't get tired of you after 14 years. So he also went on his computer, changed his Facebook password, deleted his Twitter, deleted his Instagram. Tuesday, all the same day he left for Boston. So honestly, who even knows if he's coming home? He might be on the trip with her. I don't know. Don't know.
This woman is hurt, and rightfully so. Later on, we'll see the woman who stole her husband and the husband's statement about why he did it. She's already shifting into revenge mode. In the video's comments, I saw women basically saying, destroy him in the divorce. I don't blame her. He's the one who cheated. Now let's take a look at the husband stealer and the husband's excuse.
About a month ago, this woman, Megan, came to TikTok sharing that her husband had broke the devastating news that he was no longer in love with her and wanted a divorce immediately. Megan was met with a ton of comments saying, hey, you need to get your affairs in order, get a lawyer, something more is going on. Now, Megan herself was actually very active in trying to figure out what was going on and relatively quickly learned that her husband was, in fact, talking to another woman, and she did a little bit of digging herself to find out this information. He was talking to this woman for hours on end, and a lot of times it was actually when she went to bed. She saw some phone records that stated that he was on the phone with this woman for like 3 hours while she was upstairs sleeping. Before I carry on, one of the best pieces of this story is they do not have children together. But that's very important, so try to remember they did not have children. It was something that they discussed in their marriage that they did not want. Well, it's been a little over a month, and now more of the story has come out in the last week. Not only has the husband, but also the mistress or homewrecker or girlfriend, whatever you want to call her, has also come forward with her side. This is the husband. He comes forward stating that he wanted to share his side because he now knows that all the information is out there. This man has the audacity to come to TikTok and say the reason he was unhappy is because he had to do chores around the house. Now, mind you, they are both full-time workers. It appears that Megan owns her own travel agency, which also is something to note. This man had it all. They were traveling around the freaking world together, but he was upset that he had to do laundry, dishes, and basically anything around the house. Funny enough, unless you have somebody who's going to take over that mommy role, you're still going to have that stuff as a grown adult, whether you're with or without your wife. Honestly, his story was silly. He basically talked about the mistress and just said that he did not know that he was married, and she actually caught him wearing a ring in one of the videos he had sent her, and that is when she discovered the information. And let's just say a lot of this information contradicts each other. So this is Lindsay, the mistress, girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. Something very interesting and important to note is she has children. She is a single mom. And this is the first video she...
Interesting. Let me be clear. I don't support infidelity under any circumstances. But there are a few points worth highlighting here. Number 1. He left with a single mother of 3 kids. What does that tell you? Deep down, this man wanted a home with children. Number 2. He went with a woman who would take on the role of a wife. He was tired of being the guy who works, comes home, and still has to take care of everything. I'm not here to say whether that's right or wrong, but not every man wants an empowered woman who makes money while he's left playing the role of her wife. This woman probably didn't have time to take care of her man. Maybe he put up with that for years, got fed up, and started messing around with this single mom who, I'm sure, treated him like a king the first time he came over. She's an experienced woman. He got a taste of what a real home feels like, with kids, with warmth. He felt like he was part of something. That, to me, is what went through this man's mind. Like I said, I don't support cheating. I'm just laying out the facts.
I'm on lunch and sometimes it's just so hard. Like, I want to be so strong. So freaking strong. And look, I know he is taking her out to eat. He is taking her and her family out to eat. I mean, I know it's a small area here. People see things. People tell me things. But she's also, like, in the TikTok world, and seeing her post videos of places that they go to eat together is hard. That is hard. And it just makes you want to throw up. It makes you so mad, but also just sick to your stomach. Like, how dare you, you know? And also, do you know how hard it is for me to not comment and say, I'm so glad you're having fun with my husband? Like, I want to so bad, but I can't. I can't. I'm not that kind of person. I wish I was, but I'm not.
My father once told me something that stuck with me. Even though I love my kids, one day they'll leave. That's why my priority is your mother. And he was right. A family stays strong when the bond between the man and the woman is the foundation, not when one of them pours all their focus into work or the kids and forgets about the other. This woman lost her way. She made her career the priority and stopped nurturing the relationship. I'm not justifying what he did, but at least he was honest. He didn't want to keep living a lie, so he asked for a divorce. A lot of people don't even do that. The truth is, when a relationship turns cold, when there's no attention, no connection, either person can get tired of it. And in this case, he was the one who got tired. That's something we have to acknowledge. Now let's hear the husband stealer's excuse.
Oh my God, the homewrecker's making a video. Let's go troll it. This is not the type of video that you probably think that it is. And before you start commenting something nasty, God, that's ugly homewrecker. She deserves everything that's coming for her. Click. Let me explain. This video is not to try to defend myself. This is not to try to bash anybody. This is not to try to invalidate anybody's feelings. This is a very serious subject, and you know, it has to be handled delicately. Unfortunately, a picture has already been painted of me, and millions of people have seen it. You know, there's nothing that I can do to change someone's perception of me, especially somebody who does not know me, because the people that do know me and they know my heart, they know that, like, this would have never been a situation I would have purposefully implanted myself into. It would not matter if I said that I didn't know that he was married. It would not matter if I said that when I met this person, they didn't have a ring on their finger, so I didn't automatically think, oh my God, I wonder if he's secretly married. You know, like, it would not matter if when I did find out, if I just shut it down and then did not revisit any, like, talks of anything until a divorce was filed. Like, it would not matter because that picture is already painted. And I thought I did everything right. Like I didn't go into this automatically thinking that, you know, there was somebody else, somebody who had a commitment for over a decade. I never would have inserted
myself into that. Like, I know y'all don't know me like that, but like, I wanted to blow up on TikTok, but not in this way. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to blow up on TikTok for, being my authentic self, being goofy, being silly, loving my kids, doing things with them, being a single mom, and just kind of showing all of the aspects of that. Like, I wanted to blow up on TikTok for all the right reasons. I never in my life just like woke up and said, you know what? I think I'm going to go ruin somebody's freaking marriage today. Like, who freaking does that? Who wants to be known as a homewrecker? Cause it ain't me. Like, I know that's hard to believe for some of y'all. Like, some of y'all actually think that I am just like this god awful, horrible, terrible, no good person. And that's fine. If you need a villain, hi, how you doing, darling? Like, my name is Lindsay. I will be that for you. That's totally fine. I don't know what led any sort of disconnection in that commitment. What goes on behind closed doors, none of us knows. And that's not my business. I don't care enough to know. You know what I mean? All I know is what I've been told. That's all I know. And I don't care enough to get into that. Like, that's not my business to share. And I'm not trying to be part of that tea. You know what I mean? Like, I got way too much on my plate to worry about someone else's life and what they're doing. Like, I just ain't got that kind of time. And some of you do. Some of you got some time, baby. Let me tell you, because some of y'all are just a lot. And that's okay. We're validating everybody's feelings here. Other parties' feelings are important. They're valid. They're hurt. Like, I totally get that. It would probably be fun, for some people, for me to jump on here and just kind of like, blah, 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 like, make up all this tea and all this drama and like add to it and stir the pot. And that's just not who I am.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Shut up, husband stealer. Just kidding. I just had to say it. The truth is, she doesn't exactly look heartbroken. Let's not kid ourselves here. Maybe she didn't see the ring, and maybe I'll give her that. But don't tell me she didn't know he was married. When a woman's really interested in you, she digs deep. She'll find out everything, even where your parents are from. She'll look you up everywhere, especially on social media. This guy had several videos on TikTok with his ex-wife. Second, she's a single mom. So clearly she's been around men. She knows how they act. She knows how to get information out of them. What she didn't want was all this drama blowing up on TikTok, with everyone finding out she's a husband stealer and homewrecker. Now, yes, he's the one who decided to leave his wife. No one gets in unless the door is opened. But still, she's 50% responsible. Let's keep going.
Women.
I am so far from that person. It's really, kind of comical, like how much some people just instantly hate me. And that's fine. That's totally fine, because you know what? Like, I'm not losing no sleep at night, because I know in my heart of hearts, and I know that within, myself and who I am, that I did everything that I thought that would be morally right, regardless of what anyone wants to believe. And that's totally fine. Sige is more of one that's like, although people's feelings are involved and lives have definitely been changed by circumstances and situations that have occurred, and I am not downgrading any of those things. There are always more than one side to every story, and just because other parties are not like getting on social media, we don't actually owe y'all any explanation. Like, I hope y'all actually realize that. Like, social media is just social media. Like, we don't actually have to depict every single little thing that goes on within our lives. And it just wouldn't matter if I went through my side of the spiel or not. It just don't. Like, if you're going to hate me, you're going to hate me. To the people who are like, she's deleting this, she's deleting that, like, I am absolutely, this is where I am going to get kind of intense. I am abso-freaking-lutely going to delete every single comment, every hate comment that you come and put onto any of my social media. I'm going to delete you, I'm going to report you, and I'm going to block you. And that is because I have a high school age daughter who is on this app, and her friends follow me on this app. These are young teenagers who trust me, who love me, who know me for my authentic self. And their parents trust me with their children. And I'll be dang if some low-life little scum troll is going to get on my page and talk smack about me when you don't even know me. You don't know my heart. You don't know where I come from. You don't know who I am as a person. You do not know my relationship with God, and you ain't got no room to judge because you have probably done worse than I could ever imagine doing. And for the people going to her freaking page and trying to find her and messaging my ex, you stay the hell away from my daughter. Do you understand? Do not ever go and try and find my minor child and her social media, because that one's not happening. You can say whatever you want to about me. You can think whatever you want to about me. I really do not care. But you're going to leave my children out of it. Okay? That's all I really have to say about this. Leave my children out of it. Leave my ex out of it. I hate that the situation has happened. I hope that this kind of gets across to somebody in the way that I really wanted it to, but regardless, like, unfortunately, bad things happen, and sometimes we can't always control every single aspect of everything. Like, if certain information had been known, things would not have happened. Because I, for one, am personally just not the type of person that just wakes up every day and wants to ruin someone's life. And it's okay if you believe that I am. Regardless, like, I am definitely going to continue to pray about this situation, to pray for the other party, to pray for all of the feelings that are involved. And although I do block all of the trolls, like, I definitely pray for y'all too, because having that much hate in your life has got to be heavy. That's all I got. So I hope y'all have a great day.
Like I said, I don't defend cheaters. No one gets into a relationship unless they're invited in. Now, online there are a lot of people who've been cheated on, and women who've cheated too, just like men. And there are people who are hurt and looking to dump all their anger on anyone they can. Some radical feminists are even trying to get this guy fired. You can see all the hate being thrown at this woman. But I'll say this, that relationship was already dead. It was only a matter of time before it ended. No one really knows what goes on behind closed doors, but the man said it himself. He was tired of having to do everything, tired of being with an empowered woman who worked nonstop and gave him no time or attention. Only a man who's been with a woman who has real wife qualities, who takes care of him at home, who makes him feel special, knows how good that feels. That's worth more than any amount of money a woman can bring into the house. So let's check out the final part of the story.
In a later video, she says that was actually a hook and a rage bait to get people to listen to her side. She basically stated that she began talking to this man and that they became really close. There was a lot of emotions. It did match his story for the most part. She then goes on to say that she didn't learn until later and when feelings had already developed that he was actually married. However, she would not go on to say that they weren't together, that they weren't boyfriend and girlfriend, that she didn't eventually, want to be with him or date him. She basically just said that she put a stop to it right away after she learned that he was married. Saying things like this in the comments, when I found out I removed myself, you can find his video about it, which states the exact same thing, that apparently she said, I don't want anything to do with this if you're married. But what is super odd about that is who would want to be with someone or even entertain them after the fact that they were lying to you too? So this comment actually says, I would be livid if a man lied about something so serious and dragged me into a mess like this, especially with kids. Put your kids first. She said, I never said I wasn't upset, angry, etc. I just don't want to blast all my emotions on social media. Won't do me any good to show anything like that here. Again, though, she will not confirm that she didn't take him back after the fact. And I do think that that is what the husband and this lady are trying to prove, is that they're not together, but they tell on themselves.
Did not revisit any talks of anything until a divorce was filed. It would not matter.
So there you have it. In this video, she later says that, she wasn't going to rekindle anything unless a divorce was to happen, which sounds like an ultimatum, sounds like he knew the ultimatum, and it sounds like you're trying to make yourself sound better knowing that he had a wife and you still wanted to be with him, but ignoring the fact that he also lied to you. Oh, that is so embarrassing. You have kids on the line. You're willing to entertain a man who already lied to you too. Every woman knows a man is not leaving unless it's a sure thing. So Lindsay did make a final video herself, making it all about God and just saying that she is a sinner, that she would never willingly put herself in a situation like this. She believes that people who are coming to her page, just spewing the hate, are likely people who've been hurt in their life, and she needs to be the vessel for them to filter out their hate to her. Yeah, she is trying to use religion in this video, and it's a completely different tone than the very first video she left. And she still will not verify that her and the husband are together, but it's very, very clear they are. The way that she's presenting herself does not come off as extremely remorseful. If I were being lied on and lied to, you better believe I'm going to be just as pissed off and hostile as the wife if I had no idea that you were actively lying to me. Let me know if you guys have been following this story and your thoughts down below.
It's clear the other woman isn't sorry, but she gave this man an ultimatum. He could stay with his wife, but he chose to leave her. He was tired of her. It's sad for Mega, but it's better to be alone than to be with someone who stays with you out of pity. Now, the husband stealer knew she could have walked away from all of this, but she chose to stay with the man. And I've got to say, she doesn't owe that woman anything. The one who owed her respect was her husband, and he clearly made up his mind about leaving the relationship. The ex-wife has gained some fame from all this. She keeps posting videos about the situation, crying over and over. I believe the first one, but come on, time has passed. Now it just looks like she's chasing followers, at least to me. But what do you think? What do you believe really happened here? We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. What do you think about the story of this 14-year relationship? Do you believe the mistress is a husband stealer and homewrecker? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.